So welcome back to the channel. We're gonna do some cruising and some boozing because we're heading out to Mexico. So welcome aboard. Let's go see what fun we can get into. So off we set sail to Mexico. Looking to the west, we had some beautiful sunrises to enjoy along the way. So after enjoying those sunrises, it was time to do a little boozing. So here is an old-fashioned, was the drink of choice to start with. This was happened to be a Woodford old-fashioned and made by the best bartender on board there in the back. Vano was the gentleman in the back. So we set sail again, more days at sea, on our way to our first port of call, which will be Manzanillo. Once we reached Manzanillo, we decided that it was best that we should just stay on board, as they had some unrest going on in Manzanillo. We had been there before, so we decided to just stay on the ship and hang around for a bit. So that means it was time to have another cocktail. So here we have a Manhattan, changed it up from the old-fashioned to do a Manhattan instead. Our next port of call was Puerto Vallarta, and while we were there, we had the privilege of seeing a sister ship, the Coral Princess, that was berthed across the way, so I thought I would share just a little bit of that. We decided to go into town and go to a place called La Palapa for lunch. It was delicious. They had good cocktails. The one I tried was a cucumber margarita, of all things. That was delicious. Here's some of the food items we had. We had ceviche, we had guacamole and chips, and some grilled fish tacos. This place is located right on the beach. Highly recommend it when you get a chance to get to Puerto Vallarta. Did a little sightseeing on the way back. Here's some umbrellas along the roadway. Some art. And then our next port of call, we're heading to Mazatlan. From the pier in Mazatlan, one of the favorite things we like to do is take what they call the Blue Line. And the Blue Line runs from the pier all the way into downtown, old downtown Mazatlan. And there you go to the city square. We continued on, however, over to the old Malecón here. And there is a very tall building there, which is, of all things, this is a Best Western hotel. It's about 10 stories tall. And if you go in the front entrance to the Best Western, follow it back to the elevators, take it up to the very top floor that the elevators will go. Once you get there, you have to go upstairs to go a little further to get up to the rooftop area. And you just follow those on up the stairs. There is some beautiful art, some stained glass along the way before you get to the top, where there is a rooftop bar. So we like to go up there and have a beverage. In this case, we like to have the margarita. As you can see, there's some beautiful views from up there down the old Malecón. You'll see 360-degree views once you go up this next flight of stairs and go all the way to the top. When you get out there, there's a pool. You can see over there is the cruise ships, so you can see all the way back to the pier, and then you get a total 360-degree view of old Mazatlan. There is a lot to see. As you look down the beautiful beach line from here, the point out there is actually where they do the cliff diving. The views from here are just absolutely spectacular. It's just a great place to sit back, relax, and enjoy a beverage and enjoy the view. Speaking of beverages, nothing better than a jumbo margarita and a beautiful view to take the edge off the day. As we head out the door, if you wanted to, you could go across the street and enjoy the beach. It's a beautiful beach across the way. But we headed on back, and as we were heading on back, we came across this nice little brew pub if you wanted to enjoy some beers along the way. They have that beautiful brew pub on this corner. As we left Mazatlan, our next port of call was Cabo San Lucas. Here is the marina area, as we had to take a tender boat from the cruise ship over to the marina areas where they drop you off. As we walked around there, we found some mariachis playing. We had a very enjoyable time listening to some of their music. Then it was time to head back to the ship. Once we arrived back at the ship, we were able to settle in and enjoy the night skyline of Cabo, as we were there until 10 p.m. So we decided to go out on deck and just enjoy some of the beautiful scenery of the skyline of Cabo. We've been there many times, so we decided, being there late in the evening, we wanted to take in some of the skyline view. So as we set sail into the nighttime, heading back to California, it was time for us to say goodbye to Mexico for now until we can return again. I hope you enjoyed this snippet of our trip. We'll see you next time.
Cruising for a boozing, we're shaking up fun. From the tiki bar to the pool deck, we're second to none.